KPBS On Demand is supported by the Del Mar Wine and Food Festival, September 10th through the 14th. Created in partnership with Alex Morgan, Drew Brees, and Rob Machado. Hosted by Food Network's Troy Johnson. A celebration of SoCal culture, cuisine, and community. General and VIP tickets at delmar.wine.
Good morning, I'm Lawrence K. Jackson. It's Wednesday, September 3rd. There are new federal funding restrictions for treating addiction. More on the local impact, but first, the headlines. Earlier this year, the Trump administration cut federal funding that provided free legal representation to more than 26,000 unaccompanied migrant children, including 300 children here in San Diego. Yesterday, County Supervisor Tara Lawson-Remer announced a plan to cover the cost. She says federal funding runs out at the end of the month.
And after that, after September 30th, unless we act here in San Diego, even toddlers will be forced to face a judge and a federal prosecutor completely alone.
Lawson-Remer is introducing a proposal to grant free legal representation to unaccompanied children in San Diego's immigration courts. It would be an expansion to an already existing legal defense program that serves some adult immigrants. Lawson-Remer is not asking for additional funding. The 5-member Board of Supervisors is expected to vote on the proposal at next Tuesday's meeting. A plan to create a safe parking lot for school children experiencing homelessness appears to be back on the table. In the last academic year, San Diego County has almost 20,000 homeless students. The UT reports that the project could open as soon as this month and could open up roughly 60 spaces at the old Central Elementary School in City Heights. The spaces will initially be reserved for kids and parents within SD Unified. The long-discussed project has been in limbo due to disagreements over money after it became clear that a grant would not cover the lot's full cost. But now the San Diego Housing Commission and the school district say they're working out an agreement. Safe parking lots usually have bathrooms, security guards, and case managers. Scripps Health is now offering flu vaccinations. Doctors say vaccinations are the best way to protect from the virus, and getting the shot early helps make sure you're protected by the time the virus is circulating widely. During flu season last year, more than 39,000 people in the county got the flu, and over 200 died from it. That's more than triple the previous season's number of deaths. From KPBS, you're listening to San Diego News Now. Stay with me for more of the local news you need.
Hello, this is Dr. Michael Lalich, Medical Director and Chief of Staff for Kaiser Permanente San Diego. For more than 50 years, San Diegans have entrusted their health care to us. Our care and coverage connect to provide medical care tailored to each member. With our integrated network of primary and specialty care, we work together using evidence-based medicine to help deliver positive results. We believe in a healthy and engaged life with good beginnings and dignified endings. We believe that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness requires total health, including equal access to high-quality, affordable health care. At Kaiser Permanente, our cause is health. Our passion is service. We work to help make lives better. To learn more, visit kp.org/San Diego.
A new executive order limits how federal funding can be spent by programs that assist people who use drugs. Health reporter Heidi DeMarco says outreach workers believe the change could increase preventable overdoses.
On a recent Wednesday afternoon, alcohol and drug counselor Paulette Mendoza and her teammates are getting ready to meet their patients. They load up their van with backpacks and boxes full of supplies and head out to
like a 99-cent store where a lot of people that we know are gathered.
Mendoza is part of San Diego's first street health program. Father Joe's Villages started it in 2019.
A big part of my job is going to be the harm reduction. The amount of time that I spend out in the streets, planting the seeds, talking.
Hi, friend. How are you? You okay? Yes, guys. You want some, we have snacks, water, and then harm reduction kits.
Every day, they treat health issues affecting unhoused people, from wounds to substance abuse and severe mental illness. Since 2020, Father Joe says they have served more than 3,000 people.
The deaths are down, and people are making it, and there's a lot of things that contribute to that. But probably the biggest one has to be the Narcan, because it's a game changer.
In order to get Narcan into the hands of their patients, Mendoza says the kits include certain tools to help start conversations and build trust with people who use drugs.
You know, we have foil, we have straws, a lot of people on fentanyl here. We also have a tourniquet and testing strips, for fentanyl and xylazine.
Federal grants can still pay for naloxone and fentanyl test strips, but a new executive order directs the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA, to stop paying for things like syringes and pipes, saying they facilitate illegal drug use.
Ready?
This afternoon, Mendoza runs into Bakari Rivera, a man she met last year.
He kind of looked like the rest of these guys when I met him. I mean, he didn't look good. It was like a year in the making, but like it works if we're out there.
Today, Rivera is a year into recovery. He just completed a peer support specialist certificate. He says cutting funding for programs like Mendoza's could mean more people don't get a second chance like he did.
I was down bad when I met her. Like, I didn't have a stable place to rest my head. I actually overdosed on fentanyl on accident and flatlined. And they gave me Narcan at the hospital and brought me back.
Yeah, I used to come right across here when Street Health came.
At their second stop, Mendoza runs into Angelica Preciado, who is also in recovery.
I was on drugs, alcohol, stealing from stores, hanging out with gang members, did prostitution.
Today, she's 2 years sober, and she and Mendoza lean on each other in recovery meetings.
Well, she has 2 years and I had one, so it was good. It was really cool. But we were at the same meeting, and I was like,
At the NA meeting.
yeah, we were crying. It was all good. I was crying.
Even after saving lives with Narcan herself, Preciado struggles with the idea of giving out harm reduction supplies.
Like I said, I don't want to sound like a hater or anything like that. I just think that people are giving too many options to people that are addicts. You're giving them a way out.
Research shows harm reduction, including distributing syringes, doesn't fuel increased drug use. It reduces disease risk and connects people to treatment. In San Diego County, overdoses decreased by more than 250 between 2023 and 2024.
And I believe that is a direct correlation to the harm reduction interventions that were being provided in the community.
Jenny Wilkins manages Father Joe's street health program. She says her team has already distributed 2,500 doses of naloxone this year.
Moving funding away from harm reduction interventions is going to absolutely increase the amount of preventable overdose deaths.
Father Joe's,
the church. I know where it is. Yeah.
Back on the street, Mendoza says she knows what's at stake.
I think there's a stigma that either people on drugs are not worth it, but they are. You're fighting against the solution. We found something that works.
By the end of the day, the team handed out 30 kits, offered detox referrals, and made connections. Mendoza says every kit, every conversation, is a seed that can lead people to treatment, but without all their tools, she says that chance for change could vanish. Heidi DeMarco, KPBS News.
A vacant lot in East Chula Vista could soon be turned into dozens of affordable homes. iNews intern Rami Alarian has more.
Chula Vista has struggled to build enough affordable housing, but a long-planned project may help. The city is assisting the private developer, Baldwin & Sons, secure a bond to help build nearly 100 affordable units in Otay Ranch. Lower-income residents would be eligible for the homes that range from 1 to 3 bedrooms. While the city is helping secure the $25 million bond, it's acting as what's known as a conduit issuer, meaning it won't be responsible for paying off the debt. A final vote on the bonds could come next year. For KPBS, I'm iNews Source intern, Rami Alarian.
iNews Source is an independently funded nonprofit partner of KPBS. This story is part of our Public Matters partnership. To find out more, go to kpbs.org/publicmatters. At the Timken in Balboa Park, artist Marisol Rendon created an exhibit of contemporary art, echoing some 17th century works in the museum. Arts reporter Julia Dixon Evans says the art also explores pests and the controversial coca plant.
Suspended from the Timken's ceiling is a massive paper lantern Peporo vessel, casting moth shadows on the floor. Artist Marisol Rendon says the Peporo was used by indigenous cultures to mash coca leaves.
The moths that are actually the only moths that eat coca leaves, to the point that the Colombian government wanted to eradicate the coca plantations, the illicit coca plantations, with the moth.
In Rendon's native Colombia, the coca leaf has a long history as a medicinal plant, chewed for sustenance in high elevations.
Something that can be a pest, that can actually can be beneficial in a certain way.
Everything in the exhibit plays with light and deception.
The idea of hope and illusion and glory and these type of things, these ephemeral things that we build, human beings, and that obsessiveness, I think that I can sort of correlate it with the metaphor of our lives always searching for the light.
The exhibit is on view at the Timken, where admission is always free through October 12th. Julia Dixon Evans, KPBS News.
It's been a few months since Escondido's main public library has been temporarily located at an unconventional location, the mall. Reporter Jacob Ayer says the new spot makes visiting convenient for long-time and first-time library goers.
The hum of pop music, colorful retail stores, and plenty of shoppers fill Escondido's Mershops North County Mall. Clara Chan was there with her son Hudson for a children's storytime program put on by the Escondido Library. She says the mall location is convenient.
And I feel like it's like if people are just shopping, then they see it, they will probably be curious about it. So I think it's great.
In May, staff moved thousands of books and repurposed 5 storefronts on the mall's first floor for this temporary library. It's been as busy as the downtown location so far, if not a little more popular, says library director Reno Landa.
We're seeing a lot more interest in younger families that are coming to the mall for shopping or for entertainment, and they're also stopping by the library. We're also seeing a very big increase in our teen demographic.
The mall location is about half the size of downtown, so there's less seating, computers, and books on display, but Landa says almost all of their services are up and running. Renovations are expected to be completed on the original Escondido Library by April 2026. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
Now, from Escondido to Torrey Pines, I want to leave you with a shout out to one of our SD standouts. Former Torrey Pines high school player CJ Stubbs made his Major League Baseball debut on Monday after 6 years in the minor leagues. Now a catcher with the Washington Nationals, CJ was given the game-winning ball after a 2-0 win for his ball club. Keeping things in the family, Stubbs' brother Garrett was called up to the big leagues by the Phillies on the same day that CJ made his debut. Garrett is also a Torrey Pines grad who's played in almost 200 Major League games across 6 seasons. That is it for the pod today. As always, you can find more San Diego news online at kpbs.org. I'm Lawrence K. Jackson. Thanks for listening and subscribing. By doing so, you're supporting public media, and I really want to thank you for that. Have a great day.
Here in Southern California, we know all too well the devastation wildfires can cause. That's why our mission is to stop the next one before it starts. I'm Brian D'Agostino, leader of SDG&E's Wildfire and Climate Science team, and we've built one of the most advanced wildfire prevention programs in the country, with a team of world-class meteorologists using artificial intelligence and real-time weather data, all to help keep our communities safe. We're also building a stronger grid and using public safety power shutoff when necessary because, believe me, I've seen firsthand how unpredictable wildfires can be. But here at SDG&E, we face that uncertainty head-on to help keep you safe. Learn more at sdge.com/wildfire safety.